Now, CBS 4 weather with Chief Meteorologist Craig Setzer.
Well, once again, let's start with the models because I think the reason to be cautiously optimistic is in the models, as I said at the top of the show. The models, we want to see run to run, which means every 6 hours when they run, we want them not to be flopping around like a big windshield wiper. We want them to be pretty settled down, and we want them to be consistent from model to model. So we want all the models to be close together. Of course, initially they are. We've thrown the European model on there as well, since it's a pretty reliable and skilled model. And we want and this evening, most of the reliable models are pretty close together, which is good news. That's something we haven't seen a lot of. Now the storm is getting closer to us, so the overall possibility of uncertainty starts to decrease just because there's fewer options. Now it's not that far away. But here we have with our most skilled models over 1 point. So tomorrow, later tonight, I'm going to get up and just check the models, and then tomorrow morning I'll check them again. And we want to see it kind of in this general track area here, going just like that. We don't want to see it swing back toward us. We don't really want to see it swing suddenly away from us because that's a sign of uncertainty, and we want to rule out uncertainty as much as possible. Here's what's going on tonight. 60-mile-an-hour winds moving northwest at 18, about 95 miles east-southeast of Great Anagua Island there, moving to the west-northwest. Hurricane warnings, northwest Bahamas, the rest of the area under tropical storm warnings and tropical storm watch for much of South Florida. Here is the threat cone, which shows not only the cone, the old cone, which is where the center is expected to be, but the whole storm. And you can see it there moving to the northwest. That red area that pops up, that's where the possibility of hurricane conditions exist. And you note that they are mainly to the east of us. And then after that, it's a turn to the northeast. Much of the southeast U.S. is watching this rather closely. Now, one of the ways we look at the threat cone is when we talk about the time of arrival. That's when the tropical storm force winds are expected to arrive. Here's the time up here. That's 8 a.m. Saturday, and the winds are just kind of brushing the coast there. You can see the wind direction mainly out of the north, northwest, and the Keys, northeast, farther to the north. And there's the possibility of the hurricane conditions down there closer to the center. This is based on the last advisory. So if different advisories change the track, that could shift closer or further away, and that would also change that time of arrival. Here we are Saturday at 5 p.m. and the tropical storm force winds making their way inland a bit. This is probably the closest approach. This is probably the most that we will feel the effect of it, or the highest effects from it. And then after that, it starts to pull away. Now we're at 8 a.m. Sunday. There's a southwest winds blowing into it as it departs on out of here. In terms of the way it looks tonight, it looks better organized. It's still kind of a big circulation here. You can kind of make out the overall area that it covers, but because the thunderstorms are more spotty this evening, that's an indication that it is disorganized following the passage over Hispaniola there. So the organization is down a bit. The center, you can almost make it out right there. That's that little swirl in the clouds. There is the center. As of 11 p.m., hurricane hunters are headed there now, and they're going to investigate it and try to dial in on exactly where that center is. You see the big thunderstorms off to the east. This, unfortunately, is a huge flash flood and mudslide risk. We saw that in Puerto Rico over the last day and a half. We'll see that tonight and tomorrow for much of the Dominican Republic as well as parts of Haiti. And then finally the storm will start to pull away. In terms of our preparations, we're still just talking about preparing for a tropical storm here. Usually, almost always, that's never a shutter event. I do not think this is a shutter event. It's just going to be a kind of thing where if you have power outages frequently from weather events and you have a generator, you may want to get gas for the generator and take anything in that could blow around by tomorrow at sunset. For tonight, mostly dry, warm and humid, a low near 84 tomorrow. It's our last what we would call good weather day, hazy and hot, a building breeze, high temperature near 93. On the water, winds be coming up out of the east and then turning northeast, 15 to 20 seas building to 6 feet in the Gulf Stream, taking us through the weekend, our last good weather day tomorrow. Of course, how bad the weather gets depends on the exact track, and then our weather improves Sunday. Back to you.